Hey guys, Danny from Danny Raposa Real Estate, and welcome to my monthly newsletter for the month of March, where we talk about real estate and we talk about all the things that are happening currently that maybe affect the most important investment in your life, in your home. One of the biggest trends right now that everybody's talking about is supply and demand. Two great terms that you hear in economics stuff all over the place, but what does it really mean when we're talking layman's terms? The month of supply you've seen increase dramatically over the last kind of 6 to 8 months. There's no question about that. The market's definitely saturated with a lot of inventory. And the demand on the other side has also done this. It's gone the opposite. It's gone down. So the amount of people looking to buy a home has reduced. When you get a high supply and a low demand, pretty straightforward, prices start to come down. So our benchmark prices started to reduce as well. That's not a great graph when you look at it. When this is going up and that is going down, we need to bring those back together like that. So there's the fundamentals that we need to change in order to make that happen. One of the fundamentals, obviously, it's going to be affected by government and policy and some of the lending rules and stuff that are out there. We'll have a potential change in that here over the next month and a half when the election gets called. Election should be called next week, hopefully, and we're looking at probably middle to the first part of May when it's actually going to happen. If we get a favorable result in that, that should change some of our policies that are going to start to kind of come into place that will actually get people working again and get just some consumer confidence, which is a big word right now for me, and getting people out there and excited about buying or spending money. The second part of that obviously is the federal one. That's not until October. We got some ways to go that, but let's deal with the provincial one first, and that'll get us a little more excited as far as trying to see where our province is going to go as far as building some pipelines, getting the energy sector going, and just getting people confident and working again. So supply and demand obviously right now affected by some of those factors. There's been some other things that have been in the news. The event center that we're talking about, call it the Flames House, the BMO Center, whatever you want to call it, but there's been some good marketing, I would say, as far as how they presented that package over the last little while. They've gotten some federal commitment to it, they're getting some provincial commitment to it, and now they're working on a funding policy as far as how the rest of it gets looked after. But I really like the way they're going about it this time to see if we can get that. How does that affect real estate? Again, you get some more stuff like that, you get more people coming in the province, it just builds consumer confidence again. We just had an announcement last week, or this past week actually, that the X Games is coming to Calgary over the next 3 years for January to basically do this whole production that ESPN puts on here. You may not be a big X game or a snowboarder or anything like that, but it brings people into the province, it brings people into the city, it brings exposure from ESPN on a national level to our city and our economy, which again is going to really just generate more and more interest in our city, and again brings more confidence into the economy that we're bringing in big events like this into our lives. So I think that's a positive development that's just come over the last little while. Silver lining, it's not all doom and gloom. I told you last month that the interest rates, be prepared for 1 or 2 increases over the course of the year. I still feel that way, but we definitely saw a softening of the stance over the last 3 or 4 months, and then more so here in the last month, that interest rates, if anything, might even come down a little bit over the next little while. We're hovering around 3.5% for 5-year fixed rate, which is still phenomenal and what I would say very, very cheap money as far as when you look at things over a bigger, broader time period. But they really softened their stance, and just basically the way the global economy and the Canadian economy haven't really progressed the way they wanted to. I think you're seeing a softening in that, and there's going to be some real competitive stuff amongst the institutions to really try to get your business. So it's a great opportunity in the early part of this year to take advantage of those lower interest rates versus the later part of the year. So that's my silver lining for this month. If you're looking at an opportunity to buy something this year, give me a call. I'd love to kind of help you out and just really give you my 20 years of expertise in this industry to really help you with that whole process. And if you're looking to sell, or you know somebody that's wanting to sell their home, allow me to come out and do an evaluation on your property. I'd love to sit down over a coffee or a beer and just really chat real estate and give you the information you need as far as just what it takes to sell a home, what your value of your home is, and anything you need to know about real estate to try to put your mind at ease. Check me out on my website, DannyRaposa.com. Give me a call at 403-966-7676. I love talking to all you guys out there. If you do have any feedback, please give me a call. I'm always here. I appreciate it. Have a great month.